Okay, here we are with one of the most popular questions. Before we begin, again, I'm just going to check if we are actually live. And yes, we are. I'm just going to go ahead and approve some of the members that are trying to get into the group. Every couple minutes we have like 20-30 people trying to get on, so we've got 12 requests here. I'm just going to approve everyone so nobody misses this. All right, so one of the most popular questions is, Rahman, how do I make Bitcoin with the digital network? And the question itself is fundamentally flawed. There's only one way to make Bitcoin. There is only one way to make kind of currency. There only will be one way to make Bitcoin now, in the past, and in the future. And that is by having what's called a transaction. Transactions are how to make money. It's how to make Bitcoin. Now, there is a reason that cryptocurrency is called cryptocurrency. It's because it's a currency. And so what a currency basically is the world's language of a medium of a transaction. So here's what I mean by that. If I am in anywhere in the world and I want to sell a particular thing, let's say I want to sell a pen, and I want to sell a pen for $10 US. $10 US anywhere in the world is going to have the same worth, because you can get that $10 US and you can put in to purchase any other kind of item. And so Bitcoin is a currency. It's a cryptocurrency. It's in my opinion, the best cryptocurrency to have, and that's all it is. And so the cryptocurrency industry has been completely plagued with oh, hey, put your Bitcoin here and you're going to make 1% a day, or you're going to make this percentage a month, or replace your Bitcoin and go ahead and buy this coin over here, hodl, and you're going to get rich overnight. And you've been plagued with that. The question you have to ask is, how is that Bitcoin making me more money? Where are the transactions really happening? Where is the value, right? And so to make money today, in history, and for the rest of whatever history we're going to have, there has to be a transaction, okay? And so a transaction is two parts. Now, the easy part is actually giving Bitcoin or giving money. That's the easy part. The hard part is having something of value to give in order for you to receive that Bitcoin. Currency is pretty much the easiest thing in the world to make. Money is the easiest thing in the world to make. Some people might not be convinced by that, but I'm going to prove it to you right now. Regardless of how much money you're earning currently or how little you're earning, I can guarantee that coming out of your pocket every single day, irregardless of your salary, irregardless of how broke you are or how much money you make. You're paying for something every single day. You're giving people money for exchanging for a particular kind of value. For example, you're buying food, water, rent, utility bills, right? Electricity, gas, whatever the case is. And that's something that you're always constantly purchasing. Giving money, being on that end of things where you're giving money, that's the easy part. The hard part is having something big enough of value to give that's going to allow you to make lots of money. And so the more value you give, the more money you make, the more Bitcoin you make per transaction, okay? And the aim is, so there's two parts to it, right? I hope that made sense, by the way. Let me know if it makes sense in the comment section below. That is how you make money. So the digital network is no different there, and neither is any company in the world. Neither is how anyone in the world got rich. People get rich by providing something of value. It's got to be something big so that each transaction is big, and they have to be able to sell it really well or put it out in the marketplace really well, that they attract a lot of transactions. So it's a high volume of transactions and a high dollar amount of transaction, or high Bitcoin amount per transaction. And that's how you... So the digital network is no different there, and no other company will ever be different there. What separates people or companies are how well they are able to monetize that audience that are coming in. Right? So in order to have a functioning business, in order to make lots of Bitcoin, right? Let's say lots of Bitcoin with the digital network. The digital network needs to have incredible products to sell. So that's number one. And number two, here's the important part. There has to be a really large gap in perceived value between what is being sold and how much Bitcoin is being received. I'll give you an example right now. If I were to sell you a legitimate Lamborghini for $5,000, you will never say to me, I don't have the money. If you didn't have the money, you would beg, borrow, steal, do whatever you could to get $5,000 to buy that Lamborghini, right? The Lamborghini it cost me over here like $1 million in Asia because of the import tax, maybe like $300,000 in the US, something like that. So to buy it for $5,000, what happened there is the currency, the actual dollar amount that you're giving is this little. The value, or the perceived value, is that much. And so the bigger that gap, the more buyers you're going to get. And so that is what the marketing campaign does. It says live video interrupted. Look to see if it's still going. Yeah, we're still going. Yeah, we're still going. That's good. So what you have to do here is you have to have that large gap. And that's what every business is all about. Every business is about what is it that I can put out in the marketplace of high value that's going to produce a large transaction for me. How do I make that as frequent of a transaction? How much you're asking for and the value of what you're giving. And so when that win-win situation comes about, 100% of people who understand, wow, the value is up here and the amount I'm paying is down here, I'm going to buy. 100% of these people are going to buy. And so my job here in the digital network is to both provide the products and also to make that gap as large as I can. And that's something that comes through experience, through learning, through having lots of resources and lots of traffic at disposal for me to test out a lot of different things. Learning never stops. I'm always stacking up on books and reading. And so it's something that not everyone can do. And so that's why I decided to set this up where I don't just say, here's the product, go make money and here's your commission. I decided to say, let me create the marketing campaign for it. You literally only have to copy and paste the material and that's it. As long as you maintain what I tell you to do, you're going to do very well for yourself. And so that's why I set this up. That's why when I set up something like this, it's always very, very successful. And so now what I'm doing is I'm working on getting that gap bigger and bigger and bigger, so that when we launch on launch day and the timer ticks to 0 and the product page is open for people to purchase those products, for your leads to purchase those products, you're going to make a lot of Bitcoin in that launch week. And so that's why I'm pushing you to promote the link. And regarding promoting the link, all you have to do pretty much is go ahead and share your link out. Not in this group, please. Outside of this group, everyone here is already a member. So go ahead and push your link out. Now, the most successful form of marketing or advertising is what I call kind of like the review style, right? And a review style basically means, let's buy an iPhone and I'm completely hyped up about this iPhone. And I go ahead and I'll make a Facebook post about that iPhone. That is a very powerful form of marketing. And so I'll give you a quick example as an example, or you know what, I'll use this book as an example. It's called The Power of Habit. And so let's just say I read this book and I say, wow, this is such an incredible book. And I'm posting this on Facebook. It's such an incredible book. It covered about habits and how to go ahead and shift them, and the power behind it, etc., etc., etc. And now I'm diving into talking about this particular book. And now what happens is a lot of people are going to get curious about this book. They're going to go ahead on it. They're going to buy the book, and because it was a legitimate review from me. And so that's something that you should be doing. If it was for an iPhone, I would say, hey, wow, what an incredible phone. The camera is it's almost like a DSLR. It's a professional camera. The functionality is like I couldn't live without it. People are going to go ahead and that's what you should do with the digital network also. What I want you to do today, I'm going to set you a task. Go through the digital network, go through the content, and write up a review about it on your Facebook post. So do a post on your wall. Just say, hey, I've joined something called the digital network. It's absolutely incredible. The way it works is the founder here is giving out a few different products with more value, and what he's doing is he's helping us with the entire marketing campaign. He's doing all of it for us, and he's going to pay us for bringing people in. So go ahead, sign up for it. It's a free membership. Here's my link for it, and all of the information is there. Something like that. If you post something like that, give your real thoughts and review about the digital network with your link in it. Post it on Facebook. You're going to get people coming in. Right now we're at almost 8,000 members, or I think we passed 8,000 members. Yesterday I announced the group was crossed 1,000. Today we're at over 3,000 members in the Facebook group right now. So things are working extremely well. This is really hot right now. Go ahead and start promoting. In the next day, in the next 24 hours, I'm also going to give you a lot of promotional material. All you will have to do is copy and paste the promotional material. I'm going to push you to do it. I will kick your ass if you don't. And we're going to go ahead and duplicate. The revenue track sheet's also going to be up and coming. But that's what I wanted to answer here in this Facebook Live is how do I make Bitcoin, or how do I make money with you? And it was a question that kind of boggled my mind because I almost didn't understand how to answer it, because money is made the same way. Money is made the same way. It was almost like asking me, how do I walk? And I would have to explain how to take steps. So how Bitcoin is made is an exchange of value, right? Bitcoin has value. Any kind of currency has value. And its currency is what the whole world understands. It's the medium for an exchange. So if I want to exchange something, currency, I understand no matter where in the world I am. That's why the digital network works everywhere. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're in, people will understand currency is going to have the same value everywhere. So you have to have something of value, something you can put on the table. As a beginner, you don't have anything you can put on the table with really high value. You need to have something to put on the table with really high value. That's the digital network. Now you have something of high value, you need to be able to sell it. You need to be able to promote it in a way that people are going to rush Bitcoin into your wallet. In order to do that, you need to be world class when it comes to making that gap as big as possible. The gap of how much Bitcoin the person will pay you, how much value they're going to get. And a great marketer or advertiser, someone who can set up an online system that literally will make Bitcoin while he's sleeping, is able to make that gap big. And the bigger the gap, the more Bitcoin is going to go into your wallet. And so my job is to make that gap bigger by increasing and improving on the value that the digital network provides to the customers, and on increasing the perceived value through his marketing, through his advertising. And so that is my job. Your only job is to, number one, not have paralysis analysis, not ask a million questions, but to copy and paste the promotional material I'm going to give you, and then tell the promotional material to write up a review of the digital network on your Facebook wall and put your unique link on there. Put it on your Facebook wall, put it on different Facebook groups, go out there, talk to people on WhatsApp, on Telegram. But what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to give you the swipes for it. All right, so that's what I wanted to discuss with you today. 𝗟𝗚𝗛 says, when we refer, there is paid membership or not? No, everyone's a free membership now. When the launch takes place, so that's when the timer ticks to 0, 𝗟𝗚𝗛, you have until then to get as many leads in as possible. When the launch takes place and the product sections are opened, that is when the Bitcoin is going to flood in. Now, the more people at level 2, at level 3, the more money you're going to make, the more Bitcoin you're going to make. So right now, 𝗟𝗚𝗛, the only thing you have to do is push really hard. Push your link out really hard. Talk about the digital network. Get it out everywhere. That's what you need to do. And you're going to do very well. Tomorrow onwards, I'm going to give you the promotional material. You only have to copy and paste. So that's when I'm going to get really rough with this group. I'm going to force participation. I'm going to push you. I'm going to talk to you on email, on Messenger, on this Facebook, and I'm going to blast you to get things out. The material is going to work extremely well that I'm going to give you. So one of the materials is going to be the Facebook post, for example. So Facebook post is going to come tomorrow for you to copy and paste, put up on your Facebook wall. In the meantime, just talk about it all of the time. Tomorrow, I'm also going to talk to you about habits and what you need to be doing, how you should think in terms of not just the digital network, in terms of your life in general with the hours that you have. And so we're going to really whip you into shape so that you're ready for this launch. You hit it off with a bang. All right, so this is 𝗟𝗵𝗶 speaking. I'm signing out right now. Talk to you on tomorrow's live.